What defines who we are? What shapes our beliefs and behaviors? Today, we'll explore the self as a complex system. We'll break down self-concept, self-esteem, and self-presentation. Let's dive into the first component, self-concept. This refers to the sum of beliefs and knowledge about ourselves. It answers, who am I? Your self-concept includes your attributes, social identities, and physical traits. Think of self-concept like a puzzle. It has various pieces. In different situations, you might highlight different pieces. For example, you may feel confident as a student but shy in social gatherings. Now, let's chat about development. As we grow, our self-concept evolves. Children often describe themselves in tangible terms. In contrast, adults use psychological traits and roles. This journey shows how we expand our understanding of ourselves. Feedback from others shapes our self-concept too. Charles Horton Cooley introduced the looking glass self. We see ourselves through others' eyes. Their judgments affect how we perceive ourselves. Cultural influences also matter. Individualistic cultures often define the self independently. Meanwhile, collectivist cultures emphasize relationships and roles. This understanding helps in culturally responsive practices, especially in fields like social work. Next up is self-esteem. This is how we evaluate ourselves. It encompasses our feelings about our self-concept. For example, you may say, I am a good listener, but feel good or bad about it. Self-esteem has two dimensions. Trait self-esteem is stable, state self-esteem fluctuates. Daily experiences can boost or lower our self-esteem. High self-esteem is linked to happiness and resilience, while low self-esteem can lead to serious issues. It's crucial to recognize these patterns for personal growth. Leary and Baumeister presented an interesting idea called sociometer theory. This theory sees self-esteem as a gauge of our social relationships. When we face social rejection, our self-esteem takes a hit. This motivates us to enhance our social connections. Cultural differences also shape self-esteem. East Asian cultures may show lower self-esteem on average compared to Western cultures. However, that doesn't imply maladjustment. It reflects different social values. Finally, let's discuss self-presentation, also known as impression management. This is how we control others' impressions of us. We all play roles in our social interactions. Self-presentation can be strategic or authentic. Sometimes we act to achieve specific goals like being liked or seen as competent. Other times we present our genuine selves, crucial in close relationships and professions like social work. Self-monitoring plays an essential role here. High self-monitors adjust their behavior based on social cues. In contrast, low self-monitors act consistently based on their attitudes. Social workers often need the balance of these skills. To summarize, our self is a complex interplay of self-concept, self-esteem, and self-presentation. Understanding these concepts can help us navigate our identities more effectively. Now, take a moment. Reflect on your self-concept, self-esteem, and how you present yourself. Consider how they interact in your life. If you found this insightful, like, share, and subscribe for more content.